Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Gabe.
It's Caleb.
And you guys are listening to the first episode of the second season for the Positive Outlook podcast. And Caleb, how does it feel to be back?
It feels amazing. I mean, school's over. We stopped recording for a few weeks, so it's always great to get back in here and talk. And I don't know, it's been pretty hectic, but in a good way, I would say.
Yeah.
And now we have some great outtakes for the kickoff of season 2.
It's already been so scuffed going into this first episode. You guys who are watching on YouTube, you can see now the camera's at like a 20-degree angle decline. Give us a break. I just moved. Mm-hmm. We've been so busy, and we haven't really had time to set up in the new place yet. Yep. So this is a makeshift, almost replica of what we had at the apartment, except we're in a house now, so it's a bit different.
Yep.
So lots of exciting things to come this summer.
Mm-hmm.
But getting into today's episode, what are we talking about?
So today we're actually going to be talking about routines and how and why they're important.
Okay, routines. Great topic. I think routines are kind of essential for just like stability in life, whether it's your mental health, physical health, or just literally anything in general. Routine is a great thing to have. I guess give me kind of a rundown of what your routine looks like.
All right, so my routine is actually, I'm kind of in a transition period from school back to being at home. So I'm still kind of working on the routine, but as of now, I wake up around 8 a.m., which I want to push it earlier just a little bit.
Right.
Just because I'll be taking 2 classes and have 2 jobs this summer. So I'm trying to be like a mini version of Gary Vee in terms of work schedule, but nothing as insane as Gary. So I wake up around 8. I start my job, which is a salesman job. I just make a bunch of phone calls, try and get some cutlery sold. And so I do that until about 11 a.m. Then I work out with my brother at home. And then from there, usually it's jump into my accounting class. And then after that's done, I go back to my work. And then after that, I get a little bit of free time / jail time.
Yeah.
And then a little more calls and then bedtime.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, busy days. That's awesome. And then having like a set routine, do you think that helps you throughout your day?
Absolutely. That's one thing. When I finished school, I knew this summer, it's very important summer. It's one of my last summers I'll be at my house with my parents. And so I have lots of big goals I have. And it's so important to put yourself on a routine. I have seen some horrible things with people, and my mic came undone.
No, his mic is unplugged. Pretty much where I think Caleb was going with that is that, you can kind of fall out of the successes that you're chasing in life, or you can fall out of just like the natural passions you have simply because of your routine.
Definitely. Came up again.
Yeah. So it is very important. I know having your routine really helps you kind of stay on that right path.
Absolutely.
Keep a solid mindset on what you're moving forward to, right? So now I have a good question because I kind of want to hear your take on it. So it can be hard to stick to a routine when you're not seeing the instant gratification, when you're not seeing the instant results coming from, say you are working 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day, and you're doing that for months on end and you're not seeing any results.
Right.
What would be your advice to kind of push yourself and stick to that routine?
So I would give 2 pieces of advice. One, this is why I highly recommend posting your goals. Because when you post your goals, you realize it helps you remember and keep in mind, A, why you're going, why you're doing this crap, and then 2, it reminds you just that it's going to be a long road. That's why I recommend putting dates on your goals.
Yeah.
That way you can physically see, okay, we're still good. Oh my gosh.
It just keeps going.
It's going hard.
Yeah, I think one thing that's very important to remember is patience. Understanding that, if it is something like a dream. So mine is, real estate. I want to become a full-time realtor. I know that's not going to happen overnight. I know it's not going to happen in a couple months. It might not even happen in 2 years from now. And so I know like right now I have to hustle and I have to work hard. And that's like I have a full-time job right now. And Riley and I have a real estate team and we're doing the podcast with this. And so it's like some days, I wake up, around like 7:30. You know, we work 11-hour days, so I'm at work until 8 p.m. And then when I get home, I have to catch up with clients. And so it is like just where I'm in this constant routine of like, when do I get a break? But I know eventually that a break is to come. And when that break does come, it'll definitely be worth all the hard work.
Absolutely. And that was another thing I was going to say is make sure to take breaks. Like try to schedule them, because I think one of the biggest problems is people who don't have routines. They have it in their head. Oh, I have all of this time.
Right.
I have these tasks to complete. And naturally, most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, you're going to procrastinate. You're going to push it off because you have so much time.
Yeah.
So that's also why when you set goals, it gives you a sense of urgency.
Right.
And I think it's really important to create your own routine. That's one of the first things they recommend when you're taking an online class is to literally schedule in a calendar days and times you're going to work on the class.
Right.
And I think that if you don't have a routine, I highly recommend it. I mean, even sleep is so important to have a sleep schedule.
I think sleep schedule is the single-handed most important routine to set up.
100%.
I really do. And I might be biased because I've like been on the other side of having a really bad sleep schedule and it really messed up my mental health. But I think that is literally like the most important by far.
Absolutely. And if you look at literally anyone successful, because when you we've said it before, but all the ingredients for success are the same. And if you look at all successful people, they all have some sort of routine. It's not the same exact routine,
right? No
but
blueprint.
They all have routines.
Right. Yeah, definitely. I think, and then kind of most importantly, when it comes to all of this, is to stay hungry. It's just to stay remembering why you started. Episode 52, season 1. Remember why you started. It is great. It is a great token to carry with you because you constantly remind yourself of why you are here, why you put up with the BS of life kind of thing. It's like, why am I taking this? And it's like, well, because this is where you want to be.
Yep.
And if you don't take the BS, then you're not going to be able to give it out in 5 years. You know what I mean?
Definitely. And I think another important thing is if you want to set up a routine, stop saying you'll set one up tomorrow or you'll have one by next week. Just do it immediately. Even if it's just a rough draft of a routine, it's going to be pretty, you're just going to keep putting it off. Because I've done that before as well. Oh, well, I'll set up a routine. Sure.
Yeah.
You know, people who would take the gym seriously, you know, we got to call back to the gym.
Yeah.
They have...
First episode, we're going right at the throat. Yeah.
They have a workout routine. And yeah, this is a great episode. It's us.
Yeah.
Some bocce stuff, some good talks, and
yeah. If you can't tell, we haven't been in front of the camera talking on the mics for what, probably 4 weeks now? Has it been that long?
It's been roughly, yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So we went a whole year without missing a week, and then we took a season finale break.
It's gonna take a little bit. We're a little rusty here.
Yeah, it's gonna take a minute for us to get this new setup going, but regardless, the message is still going to be as powerful as it always has been.
Absolutely. And again, it's okay. Anyone can set up a routine. You know, you don't have to be some genius or some superhero to have a routine or to make one.
Yeah. Yeah, winging it is fun, and it works sometimes, but there's no consistency in that.
Right.
It does lead to some disappointment at times. It leads to fallen expectations. And it leads to just like an inconsistent lifestyle that really... you don't want, you know.
And I think you can schedule in your routine some areas to not know what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
I think that's totally fine.
Yeah, you can schedule some wings, but don't live on wings. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be living on wings unless they're barbecue.
True.
Maybe.
Garlic parm. Those are where it's at.
And then, did you want to talk about our fundraiser?
I do. Yes, I do. So, Caleb and I have decided that we are going to kind of start a donation charity pot, and we are trying to raise $1,000 for the Wounded Warrior Project.
Yep. And one side note, the $250 that we donated or had someone choose to donate That's actually going to be kicking us off with this donation.
Yeah. So the bucket is at $250 out of 1,000.
Yep.
So we're kind of gonna make a separate video on how to donate.
Mm-hmm.
We're still trying to find out a way to do it, because you never know nowadays when people are receiving money online. It's like, where is it going?
Right.
So we're trying to find like a legitimate source where. So GoFundMe was an idea, but GoFundMe takes like 30% of it.
Right.
So we don't want to do GoFundMe because they take a lot.
We could look into Facebook too. I know that would bring some good traffic to our Facebook page.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're still working on that part, but we just wanted to announce that it's
an idea.
It's coming soon.
Yeah.
And we're very excited.
Yeah. So we're gonna have an end date in mind, and the repercussions. Caleb has volunteered to buzz his entire head, buzz. And I have volunteered to shave my whole face. Yeah. So we're kind of just going to let my sister get some buzzers and go crazy. But that is if we raise $1,000 by a certain date. So just keep an eye out for that video.
Definitely. And regardless, obviously, $1,000 is going to go to Wounded Warriors, whether it meets the deadline or not. That's just saving me a buzzed head. And
yeah, we're still going to keep the giveaway, or I guess not giveaway to Wounded Warrior, but...
Also, it's been a while, so let's catch up just for a second. 908 subscribers.
Yeah. We are 92 away from that big 1K.
That's crazy.
You know what? I want everybody that watches this to get a family friend, a member of your family, maybe just a friend. Get them to subscribe, comment, say, hey, I'm here from yada yada. And we'll give you a shout out in the next episode.
And if you are one of our dedicated listeners on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, swing over to our YouTube, just smash that subscribe, because we're really just trying to hit that 1K. It's a lot easier to do collaborations with people.
Yeah.
It actually, I was watching this video, and it opens up the ability to collab with local people.
Oh.
So if there's anybody else out here that's at 1,000 or more, it'll let us know. And it'll let us set up a collaboration.
Sweet.
So
yeah.
It's pretty sweet. Obviously 1,000 isn't crazy, but for us that's huge. I mean, 1,000 people is just insane.
Considering we thought back when we first started that, oh my gosh, we hit 100,
Right.
And we still appreciate every single one of you, but it's just a completely different world now.
Definitely. And again, let's just talk for just a second. What kind of things should we be expecting here in Season 2?
Season 2 is going to be a lot more personal, I feel like. Season 1 was great. We kind of went out, pitched some ideas, did some content. But I think Season 2, we're going to be involved with the community a lot more. We're going to be kind of going out, talking to people, setting up some stuff on Main Street, getting involvement with the community. And actually kind of applying the stuff that we talked about in Season 1 and showing you guys kind of the benefits of what can happen.
For sure. So more vlogs, obviously more great topics. There's always going to be the podcast, but we love throwing in vlogs when we can.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. We're going to have crazy busy schedules, so just know that this is still one of our top priorities.
Yep.
And again, we love you guys. Maybe we'll set up that website again at 1K.
Yeah.
We still have it. We still have all the merch. You can PM us if you'd like to purchase some.
Right.
We'll just sell at cost. But we don't have it as a public URL or anything. So.
Right. Yeah. Anything you want to add to maybe what will be coming to Season 2, or even just to wrap up this episode?
Yeah, just vlogs. We hope to grow with you guys. That is the whole point. As we post per episode, there's always something that we gain from it, something we learn, or we hear from new people. So as much as part of the growth is going to help us just in, every way.
Right, yeah.
We're hoping it helps more and more people. We have not lost contact with people. Oh, one more thing I wanted to shout out. It's so long ago, I almost forgot. Fan art. That's crazy.
Yeah.
We have fan art now.
Yeah, somebody made a positive outlook. It was like a lighthouse.
Yep.
It was really cool. We posted it on our Instagram if you want to go check it out. Instagram is in the description. But yeah, that was awesome.
And I do think it would be cool, just potentially, just throwing this out here for later down the road. Just having a contest, a logo contest, and changing to that logo. Yeah,
maybe we'll change our logo when we hit 1,000.
I think that'd be sweet.
Maybe do a fan logo.
You guys just stay tuned. Keep up the great work of life.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, keep it up. Great job surviving without us for a month.
Yep.
But we are back, and we are here to help you guys out. I hope you guys can forgive us for taking such a long break.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was a much needed break. We had a lot going on in life.
And right now we're working on planning our next upgrades for the podcast.
Mhm.
So nothing crazy, I don't think, but there'll definitely be some good upgrades.
Yeah, so we're pumped. So thank you guys so much for coming back and watching the first episode of the Positive Outlook Podcast Season 2. And we will see you next week.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.